Wait, hold on.
Do I need a mic right now or no?
Alasia Davis. Y'all got it?
We live.
Okay.
Hello and welcome to Panther Sports Zone. I'm Caleb Carter.
And I'm Darius Shelton.
And this past weekend, the PVMU Panthers faced off against the Braves of Alcorn State, while our own Alasia Davis was on scene and got a little bit of the game. More on that story, Alasia.
Thanks, Caleb. Although our Panthers took a loss to Alcorn State, they still put up a good fight and had some key plays in the game, which made it a close matchup. Here are some of our highlights. Hi, I'm Alasia Davis. I was able to attend the Prairie View versus Alcorn State game this past Friday, November 4th.
The last home game of the season against Alcorn State University was a game filled with passion and dedication on both sides of the field. The Panthers displayed tremendous athleticism in the second half, scoring 2 back-to-back touchdowns, tying up the game 16-16. Key players Christopher Simmons, Trayvon Conley, and kicker Luis Reyes worked together to garner the 16 points that tied the game. The game was so intense with the SWAC championship on the line, they went into overtime. With Prairie View winning the coin toss, head coach Bubba McDowell chose defense, giving the opposing team the opportunity to score, bringing Alcorn State to the winning score of 16-23. The final play of the game was an incomplete pass to Kyler Ricks, which was devastating for everyone in attendance as well as those viewing.
Be sure to continue to support our Panthers football team as they still have away games. I'm Alasia Davis, reporting for KPVU-TV.
Thanks for that story, Alasia. And Darius, I wanted to get to this because we know we just sadly took a loss against Alcorn State, but we know that the season isn't over and we still have SWAC championship hopes. So tell me a little bit about what you thought about not only the game, but the Panther season going forward.
I'm not gonna lie. The game I went, it was a little sad to see us lose. How we lost in overtime, last minute mistakes. But it's any given Sunday. Well, in this case, Saturday, college football. But overall, I feel like we're the best to come out the SWAC West Division. We've shown it previously over time, and I feel like we're the best to go against Jackson State. I know everybody talk about Jackson State, how they undefeated.
Right.
It's like a David and Goliath moment, really.
Okay.
Like, we're the underdogs in this situation, but I feel like we have something that nobody has going to the game with the number 1 rushing offense.
Definitely.
And the number 3 scoring offense. So I feel like we have some good stuff about us, and we could just pile on that and just stick to what we know. Like I said, we're a running team, and let's just get the win.
Yeah, Darius, I got to be honest. I'm glad you're being positive right now because I was at the game Friday, and what I saw infuriated me to levels I really can't put into words. I mean, that isn't the type of game we can play against Jackson State, against any team for that matter, and expect to come away with a win. I mean, Alcorn State last year they were pretty good, but this year they're nothing to sneeze at, and here we are still coming away with an overtime loss. I mean, we fought our way back in the third quarter, but fourth quarter play was just sloppy. The defense gave up too many big runs. Offense couldn't get anything going. We go to overtime, and our defense again is giving up the run play to Alcorn. We get the ball back in overtime. Trayvon Conley drops back, throws a pass to number 17. I can't think of his name. We probably shouldn't even say his name, but he drops the possible game-tying touchdown. I mean, that isn't the type of ball we need to be playing going into the SWAC championship. So while I am happy that Southern did lose to FAMU, kind of taking away their contention from going to the SWAC championship, I'm not pleased at all with the way that we're playing heading into that time.
I understand what you're saying, but I think for us, we have to learn that this is a second chance for us.
Definitely.
Because if we lost and say Southern would have won, or Texas Southern, we would have been out of that. And now I think we got to capitalize on a team that everybody know we should beat. And we got two bottom teams coming up that we should go ahead and finish business. And like I said, going to the SWAC championship, nobody thinks we're going to win.
Mm-mm.
Nobody. Everybody been riding this Jackson State wave. And I think we should just go in there and stick to what we know, like I said. And we got to believe in ourselves and nobody else believe in us.
I mean, you're absolutely right with that. I mean, because one thing that I will say about PV, and I know I kind of just went off on them, but one thing I will say is that we're a physical team, right?
Mm-hmm.
We got to stick to what we do best, and that is running the football, right? We got Jaden Stewart, Ahmad Antoine. Trayvon Conley rushes for 100 yards, seeming like every game. I mean, he was the past 2-time SWAC Player of the Week. So we got to use that to our advantage. I mean, so when we go against a Jackson State, we need to find our identity and stick to that. We don't need to go into Jackson trying to throw the ball all across the field because we know with Dion and their DBs, we may not be able to combat that. So we just need to stick to our identity, which is running the ball, which is what you said. And I'm glad you said that because a lot of people out there who aren't PVMU fans, they don't really know how lethal our rushing attack is. And that is something that could possibly bode for some trouble against the Jackson State.
Yeah, like you just said, because we got running back Jaden Stewart, amazing. He's also another one that almost get 100 for sure, guaranteed every game. And then Trayvon Conley, man, he's playing some of the best ball. I feel like he's the best player right after Deion Sanders' son for a quarterback. So I just feel like we have some stuff to offer, man, and we just got to play that old school football, run the ball, and play defense. Because Jackson State, they number one offense and defense, but hey, just play some defense and run the ball, and I feel like we can get it done.
Right, and Darius, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna get away from football for a minute, and I'm gonna talk directly to the PVMU fans. We played Jackson State in the SWAC championship last year, Darius, and to say the least, the crowd left a lot to be desired.
Yeah,
come out and support your team because it's not easy going to the SWAC championship, and here we are about to do it 2 years in a row. So come out and support your team as we go to the SWAC championship. We know it's probably going to be against Jackson State, and you know you're going to want to see Shador Sanders. You're going to want to see Shiloh, but come see your homegrown team, the PVMU Panthers.
Yeah. Well, on the other note, since football season is coming to an end, that only means one thing. We're approaching on the Prairie Boys basketball team and women. Today they had their first game in the home stadium. The boys won against Kansas Christian College 94-79 with the leading scorer, Will Douglas, with 22 points. Also, the girls won against Hudson Tipson with the grand total of 98-47 with the leading scorer, Diana Ralston, with the total of 22 points. Great win to both teams. Hopefully we can keep building on that. Maybe we can get the championship in both of them sports as well.
Absolutely. And right after the break, we're going to be talking about golf and the Alabama A&M Invitational. Stay tuned. This is Panther Sports Zone. Hello and welcome back to Panther Sports Zone. Now to talk about some golf. October 31st was the start of the Alabama A&M University Invitational at Hampton Golf Course in Huntsville, Alabama. The tournament was 2 days long and included teams from different schools. The Lady Panthers claimed the first place spot out of all teams bringing home the championship. Player Iman Abraham placed in third place out of all other players that were playing. Darius, as a quick aside, I want to give a quick shout out to Iman. She works here at Panther Sports Zone.
Keep it up.
Alongside her teammate Taylor Harvey, who finished the tournament off in fourth place, which gave her best outing of the season. The season for them isn't over yet, and they will continue on November 14th for the SWAC Collegiate Invitational in Birmingham, Alabama.
Oh, before I go to the next story, I would like to clap it up for Taylor Harvey too.
Yes, sir.
I know her as well. Bowling team. The Prairie View bowling team has been off to a great start so far, and they are determined to keep that. On November 12th at 11 a.m., the Prairie View A&M women's bowling team will be hosting the first annual Strike Fest on campus at the Panther Lanes. Funds will be going to help further support the Lady Panthers into improvements. Even if you are able to support with donations, the physical support will also go a long way. Do you plan on going
to the bowling tournament? I'm gonna try, and the reason why is because, man, the bowling team is phenomenal. Like, our bowling team, I don't know if anybody else knows this, but has won 4, I want to say, out of 5 regular season titles. I mean, that just doesn't happen. I mean, if you want to talk about a dynasty,
man,
PVMU bowling team is a dynasty. Coach Glenn White, and we're gonna get to him a little bit later. He was inducted to the Prairie View Sports Hall of Fame, and for good reason. I mean, the bowling team is just fantastic. So I might, take a trip over to the bowling alley, see what the bowling team has.
I'm not gonna lie, to piggyback off what you said. Hey, the bowling team, the girls, phenomenal. See, I bowl a little bit sometimes myself, and I went in there and I'm thinking, oh yeah, I did this at main event before or something like that. Oh, them girls are amazing. I'm talking about 200 plus, like, definitely amazing.
Definitely. Now, as we get to that non-inducted people into the Prairie View A&M University Sports Hall of Fame, the Prairie View A&M University Sports Hall of Fame Selection Committee, along with the athletic department, has inducted the 2022 class on Saturday, November 5th. The 9-member class consists of Cecil Shy from men's track and field, Lewis Edmondson, also from men's track and field, Dr. Ronald Nelson II from men's track and field, Thaddeus Gamble from men's track and field. If you hadn't got it yet, the men's track and field team was pretty phenomenal. Dr. Don Ayak from volleyball, Monica Smith from women's basketball, Jerome Howard from football, Bobby Perry from football, and Quentin Spears also from football. Congratulations again to all of the 9 inductees into the 2022 Prairie View A&M University Sports Hall of Fame.
I just feel like that's amazing, man.
It definitely is.
Greatness. You got to always give people their flowers. I learned that. Just congrats to all 9 of these members.
Definitely. And Darius, before we wrap up the show, I'm a native Houstonian, so I couldn't end the show without saying this. Them Astros.
Go Stros. They had I seen earlier, they had the parade, and it was packed as always.
Of course,
they usually get the little hat thing where they go all the way to the top. So yeah, congrats to the Astros. They deserved it, especially after everything they went through.
Definitely. Shout out to the Astros.
Shout out Astros, man. Well, that'll be all for today's episode on Panther Sports Zone. Make sure you tune in every day at 5 p.m. to see us. Once again, my name is Darius Shelton.
And I'm Caleb Carter.